Hey y'all, I've got a quick and easy GameCube soft mod for you today. I'm going to use a save exploit to boot into Swiss, and from there I can run homebrew apps or load backed up games. So for this mod, you need a GameCube obviously, as well as a memory card with an exploited save file, and an SD card adapter for the GameCube. Either the memory card style one like my GC2SD, or the SD2SP2 that can slot into the unused serial port on the bottom of the GameCube. More on that later. You'll also need an original game disk for the exploited save file. 007 is a pretty easy one to find online, but I'll be using Wind Waker since I have it, and it's a faster exploit. I've left a link below to a GitHub list for all the games you can exploit, and you can see most of them in the thumbnail for this video. At that link, you can also download the exploited save files, but you need to get them on the memory card. That's where I'm going to bring in my soft-modded Wii with the Homebrew channel. Setting up the Wii is pretty straightforward. We just need to add the SD card with GCMM into the Wii, plug in our memory card in slot A, attach a GameCube controller, and turn it on, as it'll boot directly into the Boot Me menu, which I can then use to get into Homebrew. If you're interested on how to mod the Wii, check out my other video that I've linked. To get the exploit file onto your memory card, you need the GameCube Memory Manager app, also known as GCMM, the exploited save, and a copy of Swiss in the memory card format, which would be a file called boot.gci. On screen I'm showing you the SD card structure. You can see GCMM is in the apps folder, and the exploit save file as well as the boot.gci file are both in the MC backup folder. To transfer the exploited save file onto the memory card, I'll load up GCMM and then hit X on my controller to select Restore. Select the correct memory slot, in my case it's A, then find the two files we added. As you can see, I've backed up my entire memory card already, so there's quite a few files. Anyway, first I'll restore boot.gci, and then wait a few seconds for it to finish. Then I'll do the whole thing again and restore the exploited Zelda save file for Wind Waker. It'll prompt me to overwrite my existing file on the card, which is fine because I've already backed it up. Once that's done, I'm done with the Wii and I can pull out the GameCube. I've got Wind Waker in the disk drive. I'll add the memory card with the exploit to slot A, and the GC2SD card in slot B, with my SD card that has a backup game on it. That's it. Start the game and let's see what happens. As you can see, as soon as I press start on the title screen, it drops me into Swiss and gives me some options to configure. I'll just save and exit. You can see the SD card is in slot B. Now I'll select my backed up game disk and start it. After a few seconds of patching, it loads up, and as you can see, I've got Metroid Prime running while Wind Waker's in the disk drive. Speaking of, I can now actually remove the game disk. Next, I'll show you how to do the same with the SD2SP2. It's the exact same steps, except instead of using the GC2SD in slot B, you plug in the SD2SP2 in the serial port underneath the GameCube like so. Then start it up. And see that once we get into Swiss, it shows the SD card is in the serial port. Now I'll load another game I backed up between filming. If you've got any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments. There's a few more mods I'm planning for this GameCube. One of them makes booting Swiss automatic, but it requires some soldering, so that'll be a later video. Anywho, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.